Welcome everyone to our daily Forex market analysis call, and this is in preparation for trading on August 23rd, 2017. Just a quick disclaimer before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. If you have questions about your individual investment needs, I recommend you talk to your investment advisor. Okay, so we'll start off by taking a look at our calendar as usual here. So in terms of the data, we had the economic sentiment for Euro, which was low, coming in quite a bit lower than expectations. So that proved to be negative for the Euro. And then we see the core retail sales came in positive for the Canadian dollar. And that was it in terms of the data. And coming up on Wednesday, the big thing will be ECB President Draghi speaking. So right now, the market is really looking at the ECB and looking for a timeline in regards to their dwindling of their asset purchase program. So that's something that that will be important. So that's what market is going to watch out for from Draghi's speech to see if he can provide some sort of a timeline around that. And then we have PMI data coming out. This is an important number because it is a leading indicator, so we'll have to watch for that. And then we have flash manufacturing PMI numbers for the US as well. So tomorrow it's all about the PMI numbers. We also have a new home sales and consumer confidence number for the Euro. So this number is not as important as the ZEW the number. So, but the new home sales here will be important, and crude oil inventory. So oil was kind of back and forth today, and as a result of oil dropping, we did see the Canadian dollar drop as well. So dollar CAD went up. So that's something we'll have to keep in mind if the crude oil inventory shows that there's a drawdown, then the oil is likely to go up. But if it shows that there's a buildup of oil, then that will push the oil down. Okay, let's move on to the charts here. I was looking for this, but the price is moving quite quickly here. So here we have a nice, as we can see here for the Euro, excuse me, for the Euro here, we are seeing lower highs being made. And right now we are, the daily close here is bearish. So we're looking for price to move down lower here. So in this case, the target would be 1150-ish level, which is the bottom of this level for the Euro. So we're looking for Euro to drop. We are bearish on this one. So right now it has already started moving. I was looking for a bit of a push up so we could get into that pullback into the pivot point, but it looks like it is just holding low here, and it looks like it wants to drop further. So the better target here would be this 16, so about 1700 level into our S2 here. And beyond that, we are looking at about 1660-ish level to the downside. But the first target here will be 1697, so 1.1700 will be the first target to the downside for Euro. Looking at pound here, so just a quick thing about the US dollar. US dollar, we saw US dollar go up today, and going into our into Friday. So there's the Jackson Hole meeting on Friday where we'll have well, Yellen will be speaking as well as Draghi, and so they are all meeting, and that's right now market. There are two things. One, that Jackson Hole meeting, the market's looking for positive things out of that. Another one is that the market is starting to kind of get the confidence back in terms of President Trump, because with Bannon gone, that's a positive sign. So he's kind of moving more. He's moving away from some of those extremist things and kind of more towards actually doing something. So the tax cuts, the talk about tax cuts is back on, and as a result of that, we are looking at, we may actually see prices, So we are seeing more of that move towards the US dollar. Sorry, give me a second here. Looks like my news is going on in the background here. I'll just turn that down. Here we go. Okay, so because of that US dollar going into Friday, we may see strength in US dollar. Excuse me. Okay, so euro was bearish. Pound here, we had a nice close below this previous level in the pound here. So because of that, we are bearish. This is the level we are looking at. So 1.2770-ish level, or even the 50 level here. 1.2750 level. So that's what we are looking for to the downside. Outlook is bearish. As you can see, it's already moving. So it did a bit of a back test into a 128.40-ish level, and now it's moving lower. Looking at it's already started dropping. I would have like to see it wait, but it hasn't. So we'll have to look for a pullback. That's dropping quite rapidly. Daily close is certainly very bearish. We've broken below this level that we had talked about, and now we are moving lower. So that's bearish. Dollar, so it looks like the US dollar is moving quite rapidly here. Let me check. I don't see anything brand new here that would cause it to move. I think it's just likely just the moves out of the US that are going into the Asian session here. So quite a rapid drop. Overall, this was bearish. We have a bearish engulfing candle. So Aussie dollar, we are looking for a further move to the downside. In this case, the first target would be 78 to 70-ish level, and below that right about there. So 78.50 will be the target here, which is not that far. Below that, we have 7,800 levels. So those are the two targets to the downside. Looking at the 4-hour chart, as you can see, it's already starting to move. So at this point, it's hard to get into it because it's moving quite rapidly. So we'll have to look for a bit of pullbacks, and then we'll look for opportunities, see if we can get back in. Okay, so this is New Zealand dollar. Again, quite a bearish day here. Very, very bearish close for the day. As a result, looking for a move to the downside. 72.29 is the target level here. Below that, we could go into this support and resistance 71.85. So those will be the two targets to the downside. And as we can see, just like the other chart, so this one here, it could not go above the 73.36 level. So we saw a drop today, and now we are seeing continuation to the downside. So that's bearish. Dollar CAD. Dollar CAD had a very neutral close. So in this case, we are bullish now as a result of not bullish, we're neutral on this. But with dollar CAD, it may follow the other currency, so it may push up. So the first target here would be 1.2612 level, and above that we are looking at, let me just draw a proper one. So this one will be impacted by the oil inventories tomorrow as well. But other than that, right now it looks like US dollar is strong. And as a result of that, we are looking for, because this is the neutral close for the day, we may see this push up as well into 26.11 area, or even into 26.20 level. But the daily close here is neutral. So this is the 26.20 area. So if the price comes here and gets stuck here below this level, then it may come down. But neutral close, so it can go either way on this one. Euro Swiss franc here, we still have that intersection alive. Price went up in this, but it's losing momentum. See how price was quite steep here, moved quite steeply. Here it's kind of losing momentum. So in this case, it is a bullish close for the day, and we are looking for price to move up into 1.1412 level, which is this intersection of these two lines here, and then drop from there. So the momentum is decreasing. So it is bullish, but it may start turning around now. This is pound Swiss franc. Pound Swiss franc, very neutral close for the day. Because of this, I'm still looking for price to potentially move into 1.2440 level and then do a drop from there. So the move that we are looking for may look something like this, and then price may drop. So push up into 1.2440 and then a drop. Dollar Swiss here. Dollar Swiss looks, this is very bullish, nice bullish engulfing candle, and we are looking for a further move to the upside. The target here is 0.9720 level here. So looking for price to move back up again. Pound yen dropping. Very neutral close for the day. Last 2 days have been very neutral close. Looks like price pushed up a little here, and now it looks like it wants to drop. So looking at the 4-hour, it is holding below that level. We had a bearish pin bar here on the 4-hour, but it is quite sideways. And so in this case, we are looking for price to stay between these two lines, so 140.80 to the upside and 139.80 to the downside. So looking for price to come back down towards this level, 139.80, and then bounce off of that. So in this case, we are looking for a drop here and then price to move back into the range again. So this is range bound. Euro yen. Euro yen looks like it is dropping here as well. Very, very neutral close for the day. It is making higher lows and higher highs, but it's losing momentum just like Euro Swiss franc here. This is losing momentum, so this may actually come down. So if it doesn't break the high of today here, so we are likely looking for price to move lower. So in this case, excuse me, the target would be I think this is a better target, 12800. So that will be the target to the downside here. And below that, we are looking at 129.50 level, sorry, 127.50 level. So 12800 first, and then 127.50. We do, actually, there is some news coming out, isn't there? Japanese yen. Yes, we have manufacturing numbers coming out in just a few minutes for Japan. So if these numbers are positive, all the Japanese pairs are likely to drop further. So Japanese yen will strengthen. Aussie yen, same thing, going into the news here. 6 minutes to the news. Looks like this one wants to move lower as well. Price hasn't been able to really break out of this. It's been in this range for a bit now. Hasn't been able to break out of the range. Now it looks like it wants to move back lower. So in all these yen crosses, it is too late to enter the trade. Price has moved about 40 pips already. So one of the strategies could be looking for a pullback. So if the price pulls back into this pivot point, we could look for a potential trade or into 86.73 level. So we just basically need to look for a pullback and then try to take. Now that's if the PMI numbers come up strong. So if the PMI numbers are weak, then it will go up in the opposite direction. So right now this looks like it's completely news driven right now, just anticipation of positive numbers. Dollar yen here, excuse me, is bullish. Price was not able to break lower. And now we are looking for, so the deal here again is because of the news. News could change the direction of this pair. So we are into this resistance here. That is a strong resistance. So if the price doesn't break above this level here, even though this is bullish, if the price doesn't go above 109.80, then we are looking for price to move back towards the bottom of the range. And the target here would be a 108.50 level. Okay, euro pound here. With all the euro crosses, we are seeing that euro is losing momentum right now, and price is not as strong as it was. So what that means for us is we may start seeing price drop at some point here. So right now, it is such a small candle, not really much of a move. So we will just leave this one alone. Looks like it wants to move lower here. So if euro drops, euro pound may drop as well. But the PMI numbers that are coming out tomorrow could have a big impact on this. So if the Eurozone PMI numbers are negative and pound are positive, this is likely to drop, and vice versa. Euro Aussie here, this has been a bit of a range here for the last 4 days. Sorry, excuse me. Excuse me. So for the last few days, price hasn't really done much. And now, today, commodities were not very good today. So commodities had a tough time today. Copper dropped, oil dropped. Let's have a quick look at commodities since we are talking about Euro Aussie here. Here is our gold. So gold, bearish day, looking for, we may get a further move to the downside. Here's our copper. Right now it's not, so here's our copper. We did see price go up, but it has dropped since then. So this is the rejection. As we can see, this is where price pulled up in Euro Aussie. So price, when this was going up, Aussie was going up as well, but now it has pulled back from there. And as we can see, it's holding below this previous support resistance level. Support turned into resistance. So if it holds below this, we're likely to see that continuation trade to the downside, potentially into this S2 level here. So if copper drops and gold drops, we're likely to see Aussie drop as well. And if Aussie drops more than the euro, then we are likely to see Euro Aussie go up. So in this case, the target is 1.4930 level here to the upside, and this will be the decision factor. If price holds below this level, then we are likely to see it come down. Or if it breaks to the upside, then we are looking for this move to the upside into this support and resistance level. So that's the move that I am watching for. So 1.4930 will be the target to the upside for now. CAD yen, we are running into resistance here, looking for price to move lower. And here we are looking at 86.61 level to the downside. Ooh. Okay, so I think that's all I have. Oh, Pound Aussie. Pound Aussie is looking, we had a bearish close for the day, but it is looking bullish right now because Australian dollar is dropping. As a result of that, we are seeing a push up here. So the target here is 162.73 level. If the price stays below this level, because this is a strong level, if the price stays below this level, we are looking for price to drop back down, or if it goes through 1.6273 level, we are looking for it to push back up, and this could go into 63.20 or even into 63.50. So those will be the targets to the upside. So we'll keep the 1.6280-ish level as our level that we are watching to the upside. If it breaks above that, then we have those two targets further up. All right, so that's all I have. Any questions or anything to add? Okay, so I will take that as a no. Perfect. All right, so you guys have a wonderful day. I am going to be looking to see if we get some of those pullbacks and if you can find a good setup to trade. But if not, I will see you guys tomorrow then. Have a good night.